Would you like to know what looks are sure to get you noticed on campus this spring? Kat Fedorova will give you some tips coming up.
The number 7 Red Rocks have won 6 of 7 meets this season. But what do they say is the most challenging? I'll tell you coming up, and the answer may surprise you.
All this and more coming up on Newsbreak.
News produced by students for students. Brought to you from the Telecommunications Lab at the University of Utah.
The search continues for a new university president.
Ashley Hall will be talking to the lead dermatologist.
This is Newsbreak.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Nina Pack.
And thank you for joining us on Newsbreak. I'm Katie Rhodes. Roger Perkins may be the head of Veteran Services, but he says his staff, they're the real heroes. Later in the studio, we have Kristen Bingham with Dr. Matthew Mulvey, an expert in urinary tract infections, giving us tips on how to stay healthy. What's really in those trendy fruit smoothies? Brittany Morenson will teach us how to make a healthy and an inexpensive alternative in your own kitchen. But first, Zach Arthur with the weather. Zach, what can we expect for this weekend?
Well, ladies, this weekend's forecast looks to have quite a bit of variety when it comes to the differences in temperatures and precipitation. Let's take a look. You may have noticed that apart from Monday night, this week has been relatively dry and warm. This is credited to what meteorologists call the warm before the storm. An area of low pressure is moving into the state, causing winds to be pushed in from warmer temperatures in the south. That's the warm. When the low pressure has reached our location, the winds shift and start to come from the north, bringing colder air, the cause of the storm. The shift also tends to bring along stratus-type clouds, such as nimbostratus clouds, the clouds that you can blame for dropping the snow. These clouds have a pretty flat bottom layer that is filled with darker and gray color. That is the snow. If you look out your window right now, then chances are that's the snow you're seeing, and these are the kind of clouds that you'll be seeing as well. These conditions won't be around for too long, though, as the weekend sees the campus getting back to high temperatures for this time of the year, possibly even in the 50s. Looks like the weekend will have a mixed weather for everyone.
There are influential people all over campus, but in the Veteran Support Center, Sylvia O'Hara is making a difference. Charlie Colbreth went to the Veteran Services to see the difference that she is making.
Students attend the University of Utah for a number of reasons, such as education, personal growth, and the hope of a financial future. The success that many students experience would not be possible without the people that are behind the scenes, those people who do ordinary jobs in an ordinary way and look for no praise or reward. One such person is located within the University Veterans Support Center.
I'm typically the point of contact when a student comes in to just say hi or comes in with some sort of problem or situation.
Usually the director gets a lot of exposure. I've been on TV, I've been interviewed by different people and stuff, but I'm running around doing that stuff. Sylvia and April and Robert were the ones who were greeting students, the ones doing paperwork, the ones when I came in with a great idea, they're the ones that make it come to fruition.
Right now it might be really, really hip to support veterans, but it's not going to be hip in a few more years. We've been in a long 2 wars right now, so the support is going to be here right now. We want to make sure that that support stays on campus. Like there's some sort of sense of accomplishment that I've helped somebody at the end of the day versus just kind of like push papers around. It's something that I'm passionate about.
So always remember the people behind the scenes, the people that may do a lot for you and ask for nothing in return. Introducing campus heroes to you for Newsbreak, this is Charlie Colbreth.
This week, the Department of Health Promotion and Education SPEAK Association is promoting a Love Your Body Week. In order to inform and teach students the importance of loving your own body, SPEAK has put together various events. These events include a food tasting at Pago last night at 3 o'clock, an art stroll, martial arts class on Thursday, a yoga class on Friday. For more details, please visit www.utah.edu. As part of the Collegiate Reader, ASUU is proud to present New York Times speaker Gretchen Mortensen. She'll be speaking to the students on March 22nd at 10:30 in the Gold Auditorium. If you've had a professor who deserves recognition, show your appreciation by nominating them for the Student Choice Awards. All nominations are due this Friday at 5 o'clock. The awards will be held on March 22nd at the Eccles Building at 6:30.
With spring right around the corner, new trends and styles are hitting the stores. Fashion stylist Kat Fedorova and reporter Ashley Hall give the inside scoop on spring fashion for campus.
I'm here with Kat Fedorova, who is a fashion analysis major here at the U, and she's going to tell us what looks are trendy for spring. So, Kat, what are the fashion musts for spring?
Well, designers sent down the runway this year two extremes. One was the minimalism and the other was excessive detailing. However, the overall feel of spring was very fun, lighthearted, and youthful. Some major trends were print mixing, pastels, primary colors, lots of florals, and an excessive amount of crafty embellishments. So,
and here is our first model wearing the first outfit from Fresh. I just love this pattern and this texture together.
well, a great thing to do when you're playing with pattern is to mix in some texture, and which they do here on the shirt with the doily panels. Another great thing to do is mix in some colors, where the basic color here is red. And florals, of course, are very, very big for this spring.
Yeah, she looks awesome. I love this dress. And the hat is pretty fedora-esque, but a little bit more classic.
Yes, it's a boater hat. It is very fun for spring. London is loving those hats right now. And this dress is really great because the cutout on the back is also very spring-like.
And I feel like she could add some tights and a cardigan and be instantly work ready as well.
Yes, definitely.
Perfect. I've noticed that denim jackets and shirts are starting to creep back in this year.
Yeah, the chambray this year is very, very in, and mixing it with bright colors like Jeff has here with his bag, which is great for carrying around books.
I really like this outfit. It's super professional. I feel like you can never go wrong with the good old collared shirt. It's just so versatile.
Yes, and plaid is something that, you know, just always sticks through every single season. And so it's something that you buy it and you can wear it in the spring, in the fall, winter. So, and once again, bright pops of color vary in the spring.
And thank you so much, Kat. Thanks for coming. And thank you to our wonderful models and Fresh Boutique as well. Can we bring them out again? This is Ashley Hall, back to you.
For more of these spring looks and trends, visit Fresh Boutique at 800 East and 900 South. Katie, those cute clothes make me so excited for spring. Let's go shopping.
I would love to, Nina, but you'll have to pay. The Utah Broadcasters Association hosted its annual job fair in the University of Utah Ballroom on Tuesday, February 28th. Broadcasters from television and radio stations across the state were present to offer students the opportunity to learn more and network through potential employers. The specific focus on broadcasting eases the process for both the resumes and seek positions from the stations here. Alexa Clark is a teaching fellow in the communications department and assistant general manager at KUT. While helping coordinate the job fair, she also has some advice for people looking for work in broadcasting.
This year, the Utah Broadcasters Association has asked that we emphasize that while there may not be very many job openings right now with different media entities in Utah, that there are a lot of internship opportunities. And I think that this is a great moment for students to capitalize on that. This is a great way to gain experience. If you're interested in broadcasting, you already know that you need experience, and the way you're going to get that is through internships. So even if you aren't coming out of this fair with a job, consider it a success if you're coming out with an internship. It's a great step in the right direction.
Students who are in the communication department and are serious about broadcasting as a career should have regular dialogue with their advisors. They are encouraged to seek internship opportunities that are provided by the various media outlets in the community.
Coming up after the break, Jancy Coggins gives us an inside look into the life of a gymnast and the regiment and discipline it takes to be successful in this sport.
3, 2, 1.
I have now taken 4 different semesters. I've specialized in behind the camera, I specialized in front of the camera, then now I'm focusing on web-based material. There's a lot of more life experience in this, this class.
When you come in, it's not like, okay, we're here for another class. Let's go sit at a desk and take some notes. I'm here for another chance to learn something new.
Welcome back to Newsbreak. With the high-flying leaps, twists, and flips, gymnastics is a sport of danger and difficulty. But what goes on in the mind of a gymnast?
I'd say at least 80% is mental, and the other 20 is just actually doing it.
So which event is most mentally challenging?
Definitely beam. Yeah, some days you get up there and you're like, oh, it feels so skinny today, and then other days you're just like, oh, this is easy, I do it every day.
I feel like balance beam is the trickiest with the mental aspect because it moves more slowly and lasts longer. And so there's more time for the mind to drift into negative places where you might say things like to yourself, don't screw this up now, or you've been doing really good so far, don't mess up this last element. So if I have somebody on beam that goes down, I usually let them know that, you're taking your turn. Everybody has a turn now and then, and just cheer on your teammates because you need them to help you out tonight. And hopefully that gets their mind off of what went wrong for them, and they can stay positive, help their team out, and then go to the next event with kind of a fresh mind.
Yeah. My favorite event's the bars, but when I actually go up to go on the bars, I don't think about anything, because for me personally, I don't like to think because it'll mess me up and it won't come out as great as I want it to, so I just let my mind clear and let my body do what it knows. But I actually give myself one tip before my dismount, something that my coach says all the time, and I'll think about it, and then I'll think about, a good finish like that. I don't think I breathe during my whole bar routine, and afterwards I'm just like, oh my God, it's over.
With Sports for Newsbreak, I'm Jancy Coggins.
Thank you, Jancy. The next gymnastic meet is at home against Oregon State on March 2nd.
Wow, those gymnasts deserve all the accolades that they receive because of their dedication to their craft. Bacterial toxins found in urinary tract infections disable immune responses. Matthew Mulvey, a PhD in Associate Pathology at the University of Utah School of Medicine, is here in the studio with our own Kristen Bingham for a one-on-one.
Matthew Mulvey, who is a PhD and Associate Professor of Pathology here at the University of Utah, found in his research that UTIs can be more harmful than we think. Matt, thank you so much for being here with us today. So what exactly is a UTI?
So a UTI, or urinary tract infection, is basically when bacteria manage to make their way up the urethra into either the bladder or the kidney, and they can either sit there or they can grow and replicate and cause trouble.
Okay, so what do we have behind us?
So most urinary tract infections are actually caused by strains of bacteria known as uropathogenic E. coli, or UPEC. And this is an image showing 3 UPEC bacteria in gold here. And they express these hair-like fibers called type 1 pili that allow them to bind to host cells and also invade into these host cells. So
okay.
That's what you're seeing.
And so this is what mainly your research focuses on here?
Yes. What we found is that these bacteria can not only bind and invade into the bladder cells, they can secrete toxins that will trick the host cells into committing suicide, in effect, and they do so by making the host cells keep quiet about it. So.
And just really quickly, what are some of the ways that students can prevent and help treat urinary tract infections?
So staying well hydrated is key. People often ask if cranberry juice or cranberry extracts are helpful, and there is good evidence that they can be helpful for some individuals, not everyone. So.
Okay. Thanks again for joining us. And for more information on Matt's research, visit the website below. And now let's check in with Brittany Mortensen, who is in the kitchen making some tasty but healthy smoothies.
Students stand in line for Jamba Juice in the Union for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Senior dance major Morgan Butler stops by Jamba in between classes and rehearsals because it only takes a few minutes.
I only get the all fruit ones because some of them aren't too healthy because they have like sherbet and peanut butter and chocolate and stuff in them. But
Jamba's new smoothie, the apple cinnamon cheer, has 630 calories and 122 grams of sugar. But Morgan says the main problem with getting even a healthy smoothie is the price.
And what's a better way to save money and still enjoy the deliciousness of a smoothie than to make your own? The key to a healthy smoothie is a lot of fruit with no extra sugar. You can also add some protein and even some vegetables to make it a more balanced meal.
But first we're going to put the strawberries in. And a cup of kiwis. and some bananas, about a full banana. Then we're going to add some flax seeds, which are a great source of omega-3s. And then we're going to add some spinach, which you won't be able to taste, but it'll give you some veggies in the smoothie. And instead of ice cream or milk, we're going to add some soy milk, which gives us some extra protein. And then, of course, about a cup and a half of ice. So we're going to tighten that up. This has about 160 calories and 16 grams of protein. You can find this recipe on our website. From the kitchen, I'm Brittany Mortensen reporting for Newsbreak.
Thanks, Brittany. Those smoothies look so tempting. In the huddle this morning, we'll be talking about the Union Programming Council's event called Crimson Nights. They hold them every semester, and they have a different theme. This past Friday, the theme was old school. So I'm a 90s baby, and I'm definitely proud of it. I remember the heavy makeup, the boy bands, the Beanie Babies. What do you guys remember about the 90s?
I remember in the 90s, Beavis and Butthead had just kind of come out, and parents would never let you watch it. Like, you were such a rebel if you watched it. But it's back on TV as of recently, and I can watch it guilt-free.
Oh, perfect. I remember the blow-up furniture.
Oh my god.
And kind of as like a vendetta against my sister, I'd like try to pop her furniture. So glad that doesn't happen anymore.
Well, I mean, I'm a boy band guy. So boy bands and the girl groups. Britney Spears, Christina, of course.
Yeah,
you know.
of course, sure.
Yeah.
Oh,
Definitely.
Britney plastered my walls in my closet, everything. I had like the tiniest pictures of Britney all over
She should
my
have.
whole room.
And Spice Girls.
Spice Girls.
The Barbies,
Forget them.
had every single one of them, still in the boxes.
I love that. For a recap of this episode of Newsbreak and those to come, you can go to newsbreak.utah.edu.
And thank you for joining us for Newsbreak, the show produced by students for students. We'll see you next time.